Hey guys, this is video 2, chapter 1, section 2, order of operations. So you've probably heard at some point the order of operations, PEMDAS, right? We talked probably about this. PEMDAS, PEMDAS, and each of these stands for, this is parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division go together, and addition and subtraction. So this is the order in which we do it. Alright, so let's try this one. Evaluate the expression. That sounds really fancy. That just means make this look simpler. Do all these things, okay? So we have an 8 divided by 4. We've got plus 5 and then times this 10 minus 6, right? So what should we do first? Well, PEMDAS says we should try to work on parentheses first. So the 10 minus 6 is going to be our p, right? Our first thing we'll do. So let's underline that. 10 minus 6 for p. And so then we're going to rewrite what we have. And so we've got our 8 divided by 4 plus 5 times what? What do we get when we evaluate, or when we do 10 minus 6? 10, 9, 8, 11, 5, 4. Alright? 10 minus 6 is 4. Good. So what's next? Okay, well, we've got multiplication and division and addition here, right? If we look at, we've got multiplication here, we've got division here, and addition here, right? So what's first? Well, division and multiplication. What should we do then? Well, you can choose one. Let's just start with the one that's on the left. Let's go with the 8 divided by 4. Well, what's 8 divided by 4? How many times? So we could write 8 divided by 4 as a scratch work over here. We could write 8 divided by 4 is the same here, or it's also equal to the old school kind of, long division looking way, this way. Just a quick note, the numerator goes on the inside, the denominator goes on the outside. Just remember that. So that's obviously just going to be 2 here. So we got, this is for our division, right? So we'll do that next. Let's use another color, actually. Let's use another color. So let's do green for division multiplication. Alright, so that one will pop in 2. 2 plus 5, and then there's this is times 4, right? It says there's a parentheses next to a parentheses, it's multiplication. Alright, so we have addition and multiplication. Well, PEMDAS says we got to do our multiplication first. So let's do our multiplication. We'll do that in green. Again, green. Green. Here's another multiplication. So 5 times 4 is 20. And then we had, don't forget to bring down what you already had before, 2 plus that. Right? 2 plus that. So that is 2 plus 20. Now we can do addition. That's the last thing we'll do. And let's do that in yellow. Alright, 2 plus 20. That's just 22. And we're done. We evaluated the expression. Let's go to the next problem. Alright, so we got another problem, number 2. Looks really scary and big, but it's not that bad, really. If we look at and we see this, let me get this guy so I can point at it. When we are working with this giant division sign, right, this big fraction, that actually groups all of your stuff together. So the top will all group together and the bottom will all group together. And then we can kind of work this as 2 separate problems, because that division sign here is gonna basically make it so that we can do the top then just the bottom. Alright, so let's start working it. And let's do our PEMDAS. And let's use the colors I was using. So P was red, P parentheses, right? Exponents, let's make exponents blue. E. And multiplication division we did green. Multiplication division, and then addition subtraction was yellow. Addition subtraction, nice to kind of color coordinate. Alright, so let's do the top first. Alright, we've got addition, we've got our addition here, and we got multiplication here. So let's do which one first? Well, multiplication. M is before addition, right? So let's do that. Alright, 3 times 5, right? This guy first. So that's going to be 15. Plus 7 And then make sure you bring everything down. 6 plus 12. Remember, we're just doing this separately, the top and the bottom separately, and then we'll do it. We'll do them all together afterwards, because we had to have parentheses here. We could have done it, but we're just starting with the top this time. All right, good. So then we have addition. So that's going to be this addition next, right? Addition on the top. And let's do it. So 15 and 7, that's 22, right? Hopefully that's right. All right, and then bring everything down. 6 plus 12 times 4 minus 2, good. All right, and then we have on the bottom, now we can work with the bottom. So first thing we're going to do is parentheses. That's going to be our red color, parentheses here. 6 and 12 is going to be 18, right? Oh, but we got to make sure we bring everything down. Let's get the top part. 22 over 18, right? 18. Then whatever's left over. 4 minus 2. Okay. Now, oh, that wasn't in parentheses. Let's make sure I do that right. Sorry. 4 minus 2, so that's 18 times 4 minus 2. Which one are we going to do? I was thinking for a second there that 4 minus 2, but look, we have 18 times 4, then minus 2. So let's multiply that over on scratch work maybe. 18, 4, right? 4 times 8 is 32, right? 4 times 1 is 4, 5, 6, 7, 72. All right, so let's bring it up. And we'll do multiplication in green. So that's 72. We did this guy first, because that multiplication comes before that subtraction there. All right, 72. Oh, let's get our numerator also. Numerator comes along with us, our 22 over. Good. Now we have 72 in green. Now we have 72. That's what we did just a minute ago. And then finally, last step, minus 2. There we go. So we can subtract 2 from that pretty easily. See, that's just going to be 70 on the denominator. So 70 on the denominator, and then bring that numerator down. Don't forget to do that. 22. Here's our scratch work over here. And that's our answer, right? But we could simplify it a little bit. Divide by 2. Divide by 2 on the top, we get 11. So let's just simplify it. Divide by 2 on the top and the bottom. So it's 11 over, what's 70 over 2? Let's see, that's 35, right? And then that's our final answer. There we go, 11 over 35. All right, let's do one more. This time I'm going to do it really quickly and just without colors, all right? So let's just crank through and see if you can follow. All right, so first thing I'm doing, you can just watch this one and see if you can see the next step. And there we have it. So we did parentheses. I just started with the numerator. Again, this division sign groups everything, implicitly groups everything together. So I just started with the numerator and worked that first. We got 10 here, multiplied it out, well, parentheses, then multiplication. That's our numerator. We're done. Bottom, parentheses. We got an addition in the parentheses, then multiplication. Here it was. And then finally simplifying. This is our answer, right? But we simplified it down to 50. All right, here's one more. And we've got some exponents here. So let's rewrite out our PEMDAS so we can remember. Right? So parentheses, I was going to do red, parentheses, green, Pem, and exponents next, multiplication, red, green, blue, yellow. Oops, multiplication, division, right? Multiplication, division, and addition, whoops, sorry, addition, subtraction. There we go. Okay, so the first thing, we've got some parentheses. All right, we've got some parentheses in red here. And now this is the only difference, is where x is equal to 2 and b is equal to -3. Well, don't worry, because, well, this is just a special case. Our variable, we're just going to substitute in a special case when x is just 2 instead of x is any number, and b is -3 instead of b is any number, right? So we're just going to pop this special case. You know, it's giving us what it wants us to do. So we'll just pop these in here, and let's do that first really quickly. So let's do that. So the x is 2, so we'll just put 2. Let me get that clearly here. So 2 cubed, 2 to the third, minus 5 times 4, and then make sure that stays in the parentheses. And then again, grouping with our division sign, b is -3 squared. Alright, and then we have -2 plus 7 in parentheses also. Okay, now we can start evaluating this guy. Alright, so first things first, parentheses. Well, inside of our parentheses, we actually have exponents and subtraction. So what comes first, subtraction or exponents? Well, subtraction is all the way down here. Exponents is what we're going to do first, following PEMDAS. So this is 2 cubed in exponents in green, right? So 2 times 2, it's 2 times 2 times 2, right? 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 again is 8. 8. And then we've got everything else following along. -5 in parentheses times 4 over the whole thing, -3 quantity squared, and then we've got -2 plus 7. And notice there's no sign here, here, but actually there's a multiplication implicit in there. All right, so there we go. Next thing, I'm going to stick with the numerator just because I feel like it, and we've got parentheses, still parentheses, right? So let's do that. 8 minus 5, that's 3. Do the parentheses, 3, and everything follows along, just going one step at a time, times 4, bottom's the same, and do write out each step for yourself, or else you might lose yourself as you go. Trust me with this, I have done that many times where I think, oh, I don't need to write everything, and then all of a sudden I'm very confused. I have no idea what I just did the step before. Alright, so then we've got multiplication next, right? So multiplication, 3 times 4 here, 3 times 4, and that's 12, right? And everything follows along. Again, yeah, it takes another extra 5 seconds to write, but just go for it. It will help you in the long run. See, -2 plus 7, and that's in parentheses. Oh, I didn't close my parentheses there. Whoops. Okay, good. So the numerator, right? This top part is done. So let's go in with the denominator. And what do we have? What do we have? Well, we've got multiplication here, we've got exponent here, and we have addition, and